And then we randomly had a preview for, and we probably need to do a show about the fall preview to look forward to like what's coming out. Oh my god, I wasn't even gonna talk about this, but now that I just fucking remembered, did you see the Batwoman trailer?
No.
Oh my
Is this
god, it's
a
terrible.
show or a movie?
A show.
A show
On the CW, nonetheless.
Oh, you know it's bad.
No.
You know it's bad.
But words don't describe how bad it is.
I'm gonna have to watch it after this.
You have to watch it. Look, I'm all for, like, you know me, like, and we're sort of joking in jest here, but I do believe in, shit in terms of like, okay.
I
like,
do believe in shit.
No.
That's a good way to preface it.
No, like, but
I believe in shit like women's rights.
No.
You can't say shit before you say anything you believe in. Otherwise, it diminishes the value of what follows.
No, but I believe in shit. Like, no, but I believe in, scrutinizing, okay, like what are our standard practices? Like what do we do on a daily basis that affect this broader issue of women's rights and women, like equality, and because I believe that like it's affected by more than just policy or law, right? Like just because you put something into law or you take something out of the law, remove something doesn't mean that then the problem's fixed, right? There's still a whole myriad of actual like cultural issues to like sort through and work through, right? And we have to check ourselves on a daily basis from what we've learned as children growing up of how to deal with situations or how to speak to people or how to speak about situations, right? I believe all that. But this is one of the cringiest things I've ever seen in my life of just like, so they've got Ruby Rose playing Batwoman.
Ruby Rose.
She's from Orange is the New Black. You might not, if you never watched Orange is the New Black, you might not remember.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know who she is.
You can look up a picture. I'm sure you'll recognize her.
Isn't she a model as well?
I believe so.
She's
yeah,
like really attractive, super skinny, but like very, very pretty.
Sure.
Short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I like her. She's fucking gorgeous.
Right. Until you watch this trailer.
She was in John Wick 2.
Oh, I didn't watch John Wick 2, but sure.
Okay, yeah. She was really good in John Wick 2.
Yeah. It's just layer upon layer of, so she's playing Batwoman, and I guess maybe Batman's gone. Nobody knows where he is, and she eventually finds his Batcave, and then she's related to Bruce Wayne somehow. She's like, I don't know, his like niece or some shit, or I don't know. She's somebody's niece. I don't know. Something's happening there where she has some sort of relation to Bruce. She finds the Batcave. She finds his Batsuit. And then she's like, all right, well, I want to use this to like fight crime and do all this other shit. But then like one of the lines that she has is, I'm not going to let a man take credit for what a woman's doing, which is, it's a lie, but it's his suit.
The fuck? Is that his technology?
Which is like, but these are all like obvious things that they're tripping over themselves to like do this. Like, I want to, be for women, but it's like, it don't not make sense because of what you're trying to do. Like,
yeah, I already don't like that because it's not like,
I guarantee you, there are no words for how much you're going to hate everything you see. I only explained the part of it that I can sort of like remember. Watching this thing as a whole was just, and to add the special layer on top, it's the CW. So think of everything you hate about the CW, and just imagine like that
the demographic that this show is targeting is like feminists.
But that's just it. I don't think like feminists would, and no one feminist is like, okay, there's like there's not a definition, right?
We're not throwing a blanket over.
But also, like, I don't see feminists like looking at this and being like, yep, that's it. They hit it on the head. They got it. They know exactly what we want.
I'm gonna have to, because like, just that comment right there, right?
So bad.
And this is where I feel like certain things get forced, right? Where it's like, all right, well, Batman, we're gonna make a Batwoman this time,
which I'm perfectly fine with that, right?
But it's like if the character started off as Batman, right? That's the original character.
No, because then we get into the weird area of, okay, well, like, if this character is the thing that we thought, then nobody else can like so for instance how they're talking about like Michael B perhaps playing
I know exactly
Superman.
where you're going.
Sure.
Is that like, oh, if the character start off as like a white man, then you can't have a woman play, you know, a similar character, or you can't then have a black man play this. No, same thing happened with Bond, right? Where it's like, oh, Bond is an English white man. So I get that, but it's if you're gonna do a Batwoman, right? Don't make it as if Batman didn't exist, or
it's not that he doesn't exist, is that he's like gone away somewhere.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Sorry. Okay.
Don't make it as if the character either didn't exist or isn't significant or isn't the predecessor to the character that we're seeing, right?
Sure.
A comment like, I'm not going to let a man take credit for what a woman is doing, that's stupid in the sense of that, like that character, the Batman, did it first, right? And what you're doing is picking up the mantle. Yeah. It's not necessarily about who gets credit. It's he did the work in the beginning. Now I'm doing the work, and and
then they also have like this stupid thing where she's got like like she's got short hair, right, Ruby Rose, but then like as Batwoman, she's got like long red hair with the costume for some reason. Yeah. And I guess that's perhaps to make a clear distinction between her and Batman.
Okay,
but it looks
bad.
Who okayed this? Like, what executive was just like, this is what we're doing, guys. All right, let's
give her stupid red hair. Why not just like lipstick or something like that?
No,
right?
no. What my argument would be: believe in your audience enough to understand that if we can fucking believe that nobody knows that Clark Kent is fucking Superman,
is that the same?
I feel like we can handle having a Batwoman and being like, all right, that's Batwoman, not Batman.
Now, granted, Ruby Rose
we can do that.
Could look like Christian Bale,
but she's Ruby Rose. At least to my knowledge, has boobs.
No, she doesn't.
Or if you were gonna do something,
A cups.
Hey, fair enough.
I love A cups.
Fair enough.
Shout out to all the women out there with A cups.
But there's a way you can do that.
Equality for titties,
where you can understand there's subtle difference in that, right? Like that you're not like. As an audience, we have to be tremendously stupid to be watching a show called Batwoman and be like, "Is that Batman?" Like, what the fuck? Like, you're watching a show called Batwoman.
I thought Christian Bale gave up that.
Like, why is he not doing his usual voice?
We know, like you can do
Batman.
Obviously, the costume changes. I think they could have gone with the short hair. Maybe did like lipstick. Like clearly,
no. I think a lipstick is you're running yourself into the same problem, which is you're trying to
better than
woman the character, or not the character, but you're trying to like make it obvious this is a woman, but it's like you don't need to do and then that
but
goes.
Do you not think that's better than having her wear a fake red wig?
What, the lipstick?
Yeah.
It's marginally better, but it doesn't get rid of the inherent problem that I'm talking about.
I don't think you can get rid of that.
Listen to this. The problem with it is then you put a label on specifically what a woman should be, which I think is the whole idea that you're trying to fucking get away from, is what a woman can do, what a woman can achieve. And if you start saying she has to have red long hair, or if she has to wear lipstick, then you just run you actually run 1,000 miles in that direction.
So here's what I think is what differentiates, like, saying lipstick over red hair versus like something, entirely different. Like, here's what I think the difference is, right? Mm-hmm. You clearly have to do something to differentiate the characters. The costume change is going to be one thing.
There is no Batman in the show.
Yeah, so there is no Batman, but so the costume is going to be a slimmer, more female build type of costume, right?
Okay.
Ruby Rose naturally has she has short hair in real life, right? Mm-hmm. But she's gonna have like the headgear and the mask on, right? So really, you're only gonna be able to see her eyes, her nose, and her mouth, mm-hmm. right? I don't think lipstick is, to your point, running in the direction of like hypocrisy, mm-hmm. right? I think it's just saying, hey, makeup, lipstick, I think it's something that is very feminine. It's not like pandering to women. It is something that's very feminine. It is something that I feel like both a female audience and a male audience could look at and say, okay, this is a woman owning this character without it being cheesy, without it being distasteful.
Mm-hmm. I think you're correct in that you're saying that it would definitely help us to distinguish. Okay, this is Batwoman, not Batman. 100%, I'm with you, right? But the problem still remains in my eyes of like you're saying like, okay, lipstick is very feminine, but then okay, like if we're talking about that, okay, like there was a time when it was said nail polish was a feminine thing, right? But there's tons of guys walking around with nail polish on, today. Are we still saying, okay, this is a super feminine thing and perhaps we are. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Perhaps we are. But the idea is, should we? Like, is it because then when you say, okay, this is a super feminine thing, then when a guy wears it, then you're like, the fuck are you doing? You look at him kind of weird, like you're being strange. Although if you actually think about the practicality, honestly, even of makeup just in general, it's kind of stupid that we're like, this is only a women thing versus a man thing, like, or that we even have like a man thing versus, like, it's all very cultural and weird. Like, so for instance, if you go back far enough in American history, dudes were fucking wearing wigs and fucking powder and all that other shit, and nobody said two things about it, and so why have we gotten to this point where it's just like,
so again, I think something like, I think the long red hair, I just think from a costume design
it just looks dumb.
It looks stupid, right?
Stupid, yeah.
So if you're going to do it, do something subtle that women can actually identify with, and it's not pandering. So like, nail polish, no, that wouldn't make sense because it doesn't make sense with the costume, right? She would have to have her nails exposed, right? And that does not make sense to Batman's costume and for tactical purposes, right?
Yeah, but I'm not suggesting that should have been the case. What I'm saying is that when you do something to signify that she's a woman, I think the more subtle approach to that is just to let that be natural for her. Like, so for instance, even if Ruby Rose is a A-cup, fine, but you can still see clearly like they're going to have to make a suit that's like,
yeah, that's tailored to her
body. Like, if you were looking at that as a fucking audience member and you're like, I wonder if that's Batman. Like, then that's on you. Like, that's just
so
on you.
I think the costume change is going to be a female fitting costume. I think the red hair is going to look stupid. I would have preferred they may have went with just like, red lipstick or something like that. Something that's it. Yeah. Nothing else changes. Costume change, red lipstick, bam. That's they don't change the outfit to have like pink accents in it.
I can't remember as much, but they might. But I think what offends me most about it is that, so she has the red hair, which I guess you could argue is like, okay, it's not like bad or anything, like, for Batwoman to have red hair. It's just that Ruby Rose doesn't, and you went out of your way to give her red hair to signify that she's a woman, and it's just like, like, there's a reason why. I'm sure there's a reason why Ruby Rose wears her hair the way that she wears it,
because she likes her hair that way. That is the way she looks. So why change the hair?
Why force her to fucking change it?
But in real life, she does wear lipstick, right? So that is.
Does she?
Yes.
I don't know if she does.
She's a Maybelline model. I think it's Maybelline or L'Oreal. Yeah, I think I just seen one of her ads. I follow her on Instagram.
Okay.
I just seen she just did a lipstick ad with it was like
I
Maybelline
actually
or
would be
L'Oreal.
curious. I want to hear what her thoughts on, like, since she is Batwoman, like if they gave her the script and she was just like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Like, what did I sign on to?
I need work.
Are you doing another season of Orange is the New Black? Can we reboot already?
Anyway, I'm gonna watch the trailer after we get out of here.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't even mean to fucking talk about that.
I want to see how bad it is.
I just remembered that how terrible that was. What I